I tell you, I'm still learning Linux. Let me just go ahead and attempt to make a video about our Discord last week. And I'm going to read you what I allowed Jesus to post to my YouTube channel. And he actually posted this for me. I'll read it to you. This Friday, I'll be reacting to a famous Dr. Phil episode of a lady who claims to be secretly engaged to Vladimir Putin. Is it true? I'll be using my high emotional IQ to investigate this situation and find a way to help this woman. Take it from me, it's not easy being one of the most desirable public figures in the world. Even Jesus himself can't keep his hands off of me. That Jesus is such a character. He actually posted this for me. This can often mean long marriage lists of people who would die for you, or at least some horny fans. Vladimir was on my marriage list for decades and is still my very passionate friend. This is true. Because of this, I personally know him better than anyone else out there. I will analyze this situation and get to the truth of what's going on. You can join this exclusive event live on Discord video chat by joining my Patreon for $5 a month. We do this every Friday. If you want to keep it private and only join our Hangouts on audio, that's perfectly fine. Every dollar goes directly to me, and that is true, and helps me live a comfortable life and keep making fun videos for you all. As always, this event takes place this upcoming Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can see the the picture that I made of Vladimir Putin. And take a look at this guy. Does he look like your typical terrorist here? Okay, now let's go ahead and go into some of the screenshots. So this is like screenshots of our time. And you can say, Guy Jackman says, hi, Gail and y'all. I love you, my mighty and sexy empress. And Joshua says, hey, happy Friday, Guy. And then Guy Jackman says, hey, Joshy, love you too. Joshua says, do you think you could send me some new vials of your semen? I have these gay supporters. I ran out of room. And then Guy says, consider it done. Did Jesus come in your mouth last week? Joshua says, like 20 times. He even extended his penis down my esophagus straight to my stomach. Wow, I never thought I'd say the word straight while describing my sex life. Yeah, that is true. During a Discord about 2 weeks ago, yeah, Jesus actually started making love to Joshua. I asked Joshua if this was continuing, and Joshua said, nope, just that one time. So Jesus is a character. And then Guy Jackman said, laugh out loud. Yeah, I heard Jesus can come like 80,000 times a day. Is that right? And then I told him audibly that, yes, it's true. He sure can. So, yeah, man, we've had some pretty interesting discussions on our Hangout. So you guys need to come on over here and join in on the fun. Okay, let's go to the next picture. So Guy Jackman says, and I said, that's true. And then Guy says, I wonder if Jesus always held a torch for his all-time favorite person, Gail. I suspect so. And then Rule 13 joins in, Konnichiwa, Gail-chan. And Guy Jackman says, oh, president sex sounds so hot. We were talking about how me and Jesus were having loving together. And and then Joshua says, I want to see the two presidents doing it. And Guy Jackman says, me too. And I said, no, I don't want to do that here. It seems tacky. And then Rule 13 says, if we could only transform Joshua urine into gasoline. Yeah, Joshua likes to. You have to join our Hangouts to see what goes on there. So we've had some very interesting times here. So let's go on to the next screenshot. Okay, and then Joshua says, you're on to something, 13. And 13 says, we will look into this. And then I said, can we create gasoline? See, we were talking about how the gasoline prices are going up so high because of all the Jesuit horrible policies, you know how the Jesuits have messed up our economy. with all the crazy stuff they've been doing and all the fake news going on around Russia, Ukraine. That's all fake news. You need to go to 00 on cable or my website to get the real news. So, and then Zach was mentioning how that Terrance is just being respectful, because someone was saying, hey, where's Terrance? And he's been so quiet. And I said, oh, he's just being respectful. And yeah, and that's because Terrance is very respectful of Jesus. So anyways, let's go on to the next post. All right. And then Garbage Man, he's on our Patreon, and he was saying how the fake news was saying that posts are calling for violence against Putin and Russia, and that's all fake news. I don't even think there's a war going on over there. Yeah, I really don't think so. I think it's all fake news. You need to go to 00 on cable to get the real news. So the war is between me and the Jesuits, the evil Jesuits that follow Satan, not the ones that follow Zach Knight. Those are the good ones. And it's all fake news. There is a world war, but it's not between Russia and the rest of us. It's between me and the bad Jesuits. I think the reason that the Jesuits are doing this Russia-Ukraine garbage is because they're trying to blame their war crimes on Russia. That's what they're trying to do. Yeah, that's what I think. Just go to my website. I've been posting about that. Yeah, the real war and the real war criminals are the Jesuits that follow Satan, okay? But they like to blame their dirty work on other people. Okay, so I said, I said, Lublю Vladimir. That means I love Vladimir in Russian. And so anyways, and then Rule 13 said, oh, Vladimir just blew you a kiss. Yeah, he actually shows up in our hangouts along with Brent Spiner, Matthew McConaughey, Gerard Butler, Keanu Reeves, all the men on my ex-marriage list are, they all show up, and we have fun every night. They show up at the hangout. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. All right. Vladimir is here. He blew you a kiss. I reach over and pat him on the arm. Oops, it was his penis. And Zach Knight was saying, I thought you were saying blue for dinner. And then Rule 13 says, Vladimir is handsome for his sweet 69. They were all saying, oh, Vladimir looks so old. I said, are you kidding? He looks good for 69. Don't pick on him. And said, the ladies, and then we were talking about how my car had to have serious brake problems, and therefore I needed to, they were suggesting grocery delivery. I've actually found that there is a grocery store within walking distance of me, and if I just do a little bit of shopping every day, I can get my food needs met. Yeah, there's a grocery store within walking distance, a major grocery store. So, and I just do a little bit of shopping every day, and I incorporate it into my daily walk, and I'm able to get my groceries. So, delivery is kind of expensive. I mean, I could do it if I wanted to, like if I had an emergency. But since I'm able to incorporate grocery shopping into my daily walk, that's what I'm doing for right now. My men have decided it's not safe for me to drive my car until it's brought into a mechanic. And they're kind of undecided whether they want me to get it fixed right now. Because they think possibly that Jesus allowed my car to break because he doesn't want me to drive for my protection. It appears I am in a situation here where I don't need a car. Just about everything that I need is within walking distance. I can get my food, just about everything I need. Like I said, yeah, I just don't appear to need a car right now. So that's a blessing. Yeah. And as long as I do the Gail commandments, I stay healthy, so I don't need to see the doctor. I haven't been to a dentist since 2013 by doing the Gail commandments. I'm fine there. I'm a diligent flosser. Okay, let's go on to the next screen. All right. we were talking about how it was so cold. I was getting snow in March. In fact, I had snow the evening of the Discord last week, and they were talking about that. And they said March is in like a lion, out like a lamb, they were saying. I was asking about Jesus. I said, is Jesus at both places, like my place and your place at the same time? And Rule 13 said both. He watches all the hangouts. Then we started watching the woman that went on Dr. Phil's show, and I was talking about her. I actually concluded that she was demon possessed. Yeah. And so we started talking about her, and Dr. Phil was just not handling her right. At first I thought she was mentally ill, but then I concluded she was demon possessed because she was saying that she was seeing visions. So let's go ahead and move on to the next screen. And so we kept talking about this lady, and then Garbage Man said Catholics won't do an exorcism until multiple psychiatrists examine someone. And yeah, but I basically came to the conclusion that she was demon possessed. So let's go on to the next screen. We were having fun though talking about her. All right. Yeah, here's another screen, and so they were talking some more about, we were watching Dr. Phil and how he was saying she was such a burden on all her relatives, and that she was refusing to get help because she believed she had a relationship with Vladimir Putin, and that he was speaking to her from his tie. You know, and I said, Nah. I don't. Vladimir doesn't operate that way. So she obviously has suffering delusions, and she was hearing this. She was getting visions from somebody instructing her that she had a special relationship with Putin, and it was like a very religious experience for her. And I actually came to the conclusion she was demon possessed. Let's go on to the next screen. All right. Then we were talking about, they were asking me, what if Joshua said, well, how do you explain to people that say that you're demon possessed because you believe you have a relationship with Putin? I said, well, the difference between her and me is that I actually had a literal phone conversation with Brent Spiner in 1992. I heard his voice on my phone. And as a result of my relationship with Brent, he connected me to Vladimir and everything. Whereas in her case, her connections are based all on her visions, whereas my connections are based on things that happened in real life, like actually picking up a phone and hearing Brent's voice on the phone. So even though they try to say that's a troll, I know it was Brent's voice. So, okay, so let's go on to the next picture. All right. So we were talking about how I felt Dr. Phil handled her all wrong, and Doge agreed. He thought he was very mean and condescending. And I told him I didn't think he was too bright, that psychiatry needs to acknowledge the fact that demon possession is a real condition. And we were discussing Dr. Phil, and I was just saying, yeah, I think she's demon possessed. And I told them they needed to read the book War on the Saints by Jesse Penn Lewis and Evan Roberts to get really accurate information about demon possession and how demons can do a very good job of making you think that your own thoughts, that their thoughts are your thoughts. And that the psychiatric profession, until they recognize that demon possession is a real condition, they're not going to get very far in helping some of their patients. So let me go on to the next screen. All right. So, and then this is the reason I'm doing this, because Rule 13 thought the Hangout clips would be good for the YouTube channel. But let me tell you, it took me a while to get my Audacity to work, and I'm still learning Linux. And then Rule 13 Brent say he remember. Yeah, I actually typed up the whole book, War on the Saints, in 1992 and sent it to Brent in the mail when he worked at Paramount Studios, when he was playing Data. And then Rule 13 says, Brent says he remembers. Whenever Rule 13 gets into the Hangouts, this is at Discord, Brent and my men are right there in the same room with her, and I can communicate with him indirectly through 13. So I asked Brent there, do you think she might be demon-possessed? Brent said that he felt she's both possessed and mentally ill. And maybe we should reach out to her. This was a lady who showed up on Dr. Phil and thought she had a special relationship with Vladimir Putin. So we ended our hangout. So let's go on to the next page. All right. And so anyways, I just wanted to, I'm going to experiment and see if I can, I'm still learning Linux, you guys. I'm going to see if I can make it like an audio presentation using like slideshows with audio. Like I said, getting my Audacity to work was a problem today. I'm still learning Linux. It's like a different animal than Windows. It's harder, but it's a more stable, secure system, so it's worth it, because Satan has really been attacking my computer. So let's see how this goes.
Amen.